And I welcome you to the DC Everest Softball Complex. It's our spring season opener, and we've got DC Everest and SPASH. Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Conley. This should be a good one because you would figure, and again, you don't know who everyone is until you actually see the teams on the field. You would think that these are the two teams that are going to compete against each other for conference titles. So this is a big opener. You kind of get the feeling that whoever loses today is going to kind of be chasing that loss. These teams will meet again in Stevens Point on April 25th. This game was originally scheduled last week. You remember on Tuesday it snowed in the afternoon? Yeah, we're going to be happier today. Cloudy and 50 with just a little bit of a wind blowing out. Let's meet the starting lineups and set the batting order first for SPASH. They played twice and have won both of their games. Went down to Janesville, and they also have a 9-1 win over Lakeland. Caitlin Kleismith will play shortstop and will lead off. Morgan Groshek is in left field batting second. Designated player Peyton Allen bats third. Delilah Abundez is the first baseman batting fourth. Batting fifth is Aubrey Itzen in left field, fifth. Morgan Savino will pitch and will hit for herself. She'll bat sixth. In right field, Addie Simonson, seventh. Third baseman Emma Rybach will bat eighth. Catcher is Addie Pesky, ninth. And the second baseman is Shelby Brooks. For the visiting SPASH Panthers, Kleismith, Groshek, Allen, Abundez, Itzen, Savino, Simonson, Rybach, Pesky, and Brooks. Now for the home-standing DC Everest Evergreens in center field, Kelsey Meverden will lead off. The designated player Aubrey Clapp will bat second. 14-year-old, number 14, Mara Meverden will play third base. In left field, Brooke Brown will bat fourth. Catcher Caitlin Kressel bats fifth. Dakota Witucky, shortstop, sixth. Addie Cluck, star pitcher for DC Everest, hits for herself, seventh. Taylor Friedel's at first base, eighth. In right field, Sydney Spear, and the flex player is Kelsey Woolley. Evergreens opened their season with some games in Arizona. By the way, a lot of the Everest teams traveled this year to open up their season. Can't blame them for taking advantage of the nice weather. The baseball team was down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Everest girls played two games and split them in Arizona. I've got to think the team that beat them 2-0 down there has got to be like the second coming. And I believe that the Everest girls soccer team also opened their season with some travel. Personally, I think, look, these are all high-quality teams that take care of their business, but you got to be nuts to take a group of 17 or 18-year-olds 1,000 miles away from home. Who knows what could happen? The teams have exchanged their starting lineups and batting orders. They've met with our home plate umpires. We're starting off with a lot of Everest and SPASH action for the spring sports season. Tomorrow, we'll have the DC Everest SPASH baseball game. We'll be down at Stevens Point. We understand that that's now set for a 5 o'clock first pitch. The SPASH baseball team comes up here Thursday. That's also a Zaleski sports game. And then we'll be back here at the softball complex on Friday for another Zaleski sports game. Eau Claire North will be here, and that's alumni night, so that's going to be a fun evening. Our pregame coverage is brought to you by Auto Select, Schofield Avenue in Weston, providing dependable vehicle repair, service, and tires for 22 years. A 3-year nationwide warranty, free roadside assistance at Auto Select, you're good to go. Auto Select, Schofield Avenue in Weston. While the starting lineups are being introduced to the crowd here, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with our national anthem and the first pitch as we get the girls' softball home season underway for the Evergreens when we come right back.
Find auto repairs, brakes, tires, and oil changes all in one place at Auto Select in Weston. At Auto Select, you can expect dependable automotive repair from the experts you can trust will exceed your expectations. Auto repair has never been so comfortable with a spacious, clean waiting room with refreshments along with shuttle service and loaner vehicles for your convenience. And ask about their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. For your next auto repair or maintenance, bring your vehicle to Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston. At Auto Select, you're good to go.
As you can see on our Zaleski Sports cameras, both teams wore black jerseys today. Poor coordination, ladies. The Everest girls have the white pants, and SPASH is black from head to toe for the opener.
Playing shortstop, number 15, Dakota Witucky.
Evergreen's starting lineup being introduced to the crowd here. Our coverage is brought to you by Greenheck Group. the global leader in creating air movement and control equipment, GreenHeck is one of Wausau's largest employers, the perfect place for the next step in your career. See if GreenHeck Group is right for you. Visit greenheck.com. That's greenheck.com.
Number 16, Sydney Spear. In black, that second,
Going to have a good crowd here today, too. SPASH parents have made the trip over.
DC Everest.
Everest softball program always well supported.
Gentlemen, would you kindly stand?
And now the crowd here at the softball complex comes to their feet for the national anthem. We used to joke at the baseball games that the scoreboard operator had to sing if there was a problem with the recording. The number of younger, more naive scoreboard operators who've believed me over the years, that's an impressive list, let me tell you.
Ladies, let's get on those gloves and let's play ball.
Our field today, you might say, is in typical early season condition. The dirt skin infield is just fine today. In fact, it's dry. We got a little rain, but that's not going to affect field conditions at all from earlier today. But the outfield is kind of lumpy. You know, hard hit ground balls or line drives into the outfield, watch what happens to them. They could take sudden left or right hand turns. That's just the way the outfield is for early season. Frost has come out on the ground, but we haven't fully greened up yet. And of course, the whole softball complex looks different with the GreenHeck Turner field house that's been built during the offseason. I mean, that just swallowed up the JV field. It just ate it once the construction began. And it is such a huge complex. It changes the look in the outfield down the right field line, right field into center field for softball. And it's an imposing structure for left field when we go over to the baseball field. So Simon Field for baseball this year looks different. We are brought to you by Mackey's Family Chiropractic in Rothschild. Personalized chiropractic care in a family-oriented atmosphere. They can help any age patient from a few days old to moms and dads trying to keep up with the kids. No matter what issue your body is battling, migraines, anxiety, stress, a wide variety of youth issues, let Mackey's Family Chiropractic give you back the life you deserve.
Shortstop,
Caitlin Kleismith will get us going for the home opener for DC Everest. Everest and SPASH, like we said at the top of our Zaleski Sports broadcast, these are the teams that figure that they will battle for conference title. Let's see how the season unfolds. First pitch of the conference year. Addison Cluck comes home. It's outside, ball one. In the back pocket of her pants, does Addie have her phone back there? Who might text her during this game? Fouled off behind the screen. The count evens at a ball and a strike. Coming home at 1-1. On the outside corner, a ball and two strikes. Addie started all the big games for the Evergreens last season. Showed a lot of resiliency. She could fall behind in the count, still battle back. That's fouled away, 1-2.
Nice catch by a point father.
Scanning the crowd here, a lot of the Everest families bring their dogs to the game. The best behaved dogs are part of the Everest softball program. I continue to work on my Great Dane, Argos, the most famous dog in all of central Wisconsin. Just missed outside. That's a close one to take, 2-2. Argos will retrieve foul balls and growls at bad calls during the game. If Argos doesn't like a call at first base, you'll hear it from him. 2-2 pitch now. Fly ball to left field. Calling, played games with the wind, but Brooke Brown has it, and there's the first out. Again, today is such a more pleasant day than Tuesday last week when we were scheduled to play. I mean, if we tried to make that game go on Tuesday, we would have had accumulating snow in the outfield by the time we were done. Morgan Groshek now to bat with one out, nobody on. Strike one.
Now batting Morgan Groshek.
One of the things I remember from this Everest team from a year ago, and by the way, they've got almost everyone back. There's a swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. The Everest team was solid defensively, too. I mean, obviously, they've got a superstar pitcher. That misses, a ball and 2 strikes. But the defense behind Addison Cluck was solid a year ago, and a lot of those players are back again this year. 1-2 pitch. Just missed outside, 2-2. And the Everest girls also kind of had a flair for the dramatic last season. A lot of walk-off clutch hits. Swing and a miss. First strikeout of the conference year for Addison Cluck. 2 up and 2 down. Peyton Allen, the designated player, will now hit for Stevens Point.
Now batting the designated player, number 12, Peyton Allen.
Righty against righty with 2 outs and nobody on. On the inside corner, strike one. Look at that. That one guy's got 2 beautiful huskies walking along the outfield fence. Those dogs will be walking him in no time. I don't think he checked her swing there. No, she did not. Costs her a strike. Peyton Allen, no balls, 2 strikes. Little bit away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Addison Cluck bidding for a 3 up, 3 down start. You get the feeling, since both teams bring elite pitchers to the party, that runs will be at a premium today. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts and a 3 up, 3 down inning for Addison Cluck. Half inning complete. SPASH does not score, and the Evergreens are coming up next when we come right back on Zaleski Sports.
Access Insurance is your complete independent insurance agency for auto, home, business, and life insurance serving Wisconsin and Minnesota. Insurance can often be confusing and frustrating, but with Access Insurance you get experienced advisors that pair you with exactly the coverage you need at the most competitive prices for every stage of life. Located in Weston and a proud supporter of area high school athletics, their business truly does revolve around you. Learn more at accessinsurance.net or by calling 715-355-8400.
Back at the DC Everest softball complex, Kelsey Meverden, Aubrey Klatt, and Mara Meverden to lead off for the Evergreens here in the home half of the first inning. Morgan Savigno is completing her warm-up throws. I still think, even though it's a comfortable day, I mean, it's not overwhelming or anything, cloudy skies, just a little bit of a breeze, I still think manning the grill outside the concession stand is one of the better jobs today.
I'm not a multitasker, Mike. I stay in my lane.
One by one, all of our DC Everest friends find their way up to the press box.
The Evergreens, number 1.
First game of the spring season is a little like a family reunion. Kelsey Meverden to lead off for the Evergreens here in the bottom of the first. Kelsey got on base a lot last season. Take strike one. Took a little something off, and that appears to be outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. You know what the key is to manning the grill early season? It's to clean the grill almost completely, but not quite. A little from last season makes the burgers taste extra good, I think. Swing and a miss, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Health inspector around here is a DCF's grad, so there's never going to be a problem. Waiting on a 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Morgan Savigno starts off her afternoon with a strikeout. Here's Aubrey Klatt.
Designated player number 5, Aubrey Klatt.
Fast Pitch today is brought to you by Express Employment. Get help finding your next career at Express Employment Professionals. Locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield. Learn more at their website, expresspros.com. That's expresspros.com. Strike one to Klatt. Late on the swing, no balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, we're looking forward to baseball tomorrow. We'll be down at Buchholz Field at Stevens Point. My favorite place to do a baseball game. The Wisconsin River beyond the right field fence, really a nice setting. And I think just like in softball, I think the Everest and SPASH baseball teams are likely to compete for conference honors this year. So high-level softball to start us off today, high-level baseball tomorrow. 1-2 pitch. Late on the swing there, strike 3. 2 up and 2 strikeout for Morgan Savigno.
Batting, third baseman, Mara Meverton.
Here's Mara Meverton taking her turn with 2 outs and nobody on. A little bit high, ball 1. Fouled off over the screen and over the bleachers. See, that's the kind of ball that Argos the Great Dane would retrieve. Down low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. I've got to tell you about my second dog, which is a new addition to our family since the last spring season. Diesel is kind of a mutt, but he's a great companion for Argos. Diesel's developed a bad habit. We put him out in the backyard, he gets up onto the roof. Inside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Well, I mean, the back of our house is like one of those Dutch houses, so it has kind of a sloping roof where the back door is. Diesel climbs right up on it. I came home yesterday, there he was on the roof. So some corrective training needed. 3 balls, 1 strike. Hit on the ground to short. Bobbled for a moment. No problem for Caitlin Kleismith, and both teams have a 3-up, 3-down inning. 1 inning complete, no score between DC Everest and SPASH on Zaleski Sports.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Top of the second is on with both teams 3 up, 3 down. No base runners yet in this one. Softball coverage brought to you by Auto Select in Weston. On Schofield Avenue, they've been providing dependable vehicle repair, service, and tires for 22 years. A 3-year nationwide warranty, free roadside assistance at Auto Select. You're good to go. Auto Select, Schofield Avenue in Weston. Please give your business to all of our DC Everest and SPASH sponsors. They make this fast pitch coverage possible on Zaleski Sports.
Leading off in the top of the second,
Many of our sponsors have been with us all season long, from football and boys soccer in the fall, ice hockey and basketball in the winter, and now girls softball and boys baseball. Here's Delilah Abundez, takes ball 1. Swing and a miss, 1-1. I saw Delilah taking her pregame swing. She swings a heavy bat. Swing and a miss, a ball and 2 strikes. I'm not sure how many people saw this, but during pregame infield, Delilah got her feet tangled up while handling a low throw at first base and kind of went down. Was wondering if she may have twisted something. Nope, popped right back up. She's fine. 1-2, check swing, foul. Waiting for our first base runner. It's early. 1-2 pitch. Foul back again. A ball and 2 strikes. See, the better batters can foul off even the high velocity from Addison Cluck. So Delilah's going to see another pitch in this sequence. A ball and 2 strikes. A knuckler, slow roller to second. Fielded cleanly by Kelsey Woolley, and that's the first out. Aubrey Itzen to hit now. 1 out, nobody on. Yep, our infield's in perfect condition. Outfield a little more adventurous. Swing and a miss, strike 1. If memory serves, these teams, and both teams have a lot of players coming back from last year, I believe they split their 2 games a year ago. Swing and a miss, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. But I think Addison Cluck, the Everest pitcher, I think she pitched in only 1 of those 2 games. It's funny, the more games you do, one season blends in with the others when you look back at the past. Swing and a miss. Addison Cluck's got her 3rd strikeout. 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the 2nd. Opposing pitcher, Morgan Savino to bat now.
Batting pitcher, Marin Savino.
I love these pitcher versus pitcher matchups. Because, of course, the opposing pitcher, when they hit, trying to help themselves. And you just know that this has the feeling of a game that could stay 0-0 into the mid and late innings. No balls and a strike. Foul back, strike 2. Little wind blowing out. It's turned out to be an okay afternoon. I mean, the weather in April could be anything. 0-2 pitch. Boy, if that missed, it didn't miss by much. Looked like Addison was nibbling at the inside. I don't know, Big Blue's closer than all of us up here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Coming home again. Swing and a miss. That's the 4th strikeout for Addison Cluck, and another 3 up, 3 down inning. Bottom of the 2nd is next. There's no score between DC Everest and SPASH on Zaleski Sports.
For me, for Green Heck, it's just equal opportunity for everybody to grow.
I've been going to school for electrical system technology, and they gave me opportunity to go to that department. I was like, wow.
Green Heck gives you a lot of opportunities. A lot.
People that work hard here, they get opportunity to move up, and I found all that and more here.
I've been encouraged to grow, to get education. Our future's really bright.
Work where there are endless career opportunities, no mandatory overtime, and a great family atmosphere.
I'm Jamie Schley. As your American Family Insurance agent, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing is wrong. Give me a call or stop by our new office location, and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
Bottom of the 2nd inning is on. I'm Chris Conley. Brooke Brown, Caitlin Kressel, and Dakota Witucky due to hit for the Evergreens. Both pitchers have been perfect so far as the bottom of the second is on. Brought to you by Axis Insurance. Welcome to our family of Zaleski sports sponsors. Your personal life or your business with Axis Insurance, you know you're taken care of. Auto, home, business, life, and disability. No matter what your needs, look to Axis Insurance and rest easy. Learn more at AxisInsurance.net. AxisInsurance.net. Their business revolves around you. It's ball one to Brooke Brown. Fouled off the Everest dugout. A ball and a strike. Brooke Brown last season had a flair for the dramatic. She had a lot of late inning hits, had an extra inning home run, made me, your friendly announcer, look brilliant because 2 pitches before she hit one out, I said, this game's going to be decided on a home run. And then Brooke obliged just 2 pitches later. Strike 2, a ball and 2 strikes. And, of course, back at our Zaleski Sports Studios, they picked up on that. Here's Chris 2 pitches earlier saying this game's going to be decided on a home run, and there it goes. Waiting on a 1-2 pitch here. Over the head of the shortstop. Nope. Up goes Caitlin Kleismith. And Brooke Brown is retired. Looked like that ball was ticketed for shallow left field. It was not. Caitlin Kressel to hit now with 1 out, nobody on. Closest thing to a hit we've seen so far this afternoon. Now, our Zaleski sports team is doing something different with the highlights this year. In fact, they've asked all of their announcers, number down the first base line, that's foul ball. Yep, fielded in foul territory by Delilah Abundis. So it's just a strike. They've asked us all to send in headshots. So when we're on the mic for a highlight, apparently our headshot's going to be down in the corner. Of course, the first picture that I sent into them was actually one of George Clooney. They immediately rejected that. So I thought maybe if I sent in pictures of leading men from a different era. I sent in James Caan. No, that was rejected too. Rock Hudson, weren't having any of it. And finally, me in my Zaleski Sports polo shirt. 1-1 pitch. Late on that, a ball and 2 strikes. So when we have baseball or softball highlights, supposedly you'll see a real picture. Yeah, that's really me in the corner. You'll say, oh, I thought he looked a little better than that. A ball and 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. Grounded to first. Abundis has it, and 1 step over to the bag for the second out. 2 outs, nobody on for Dakota Witucky. Right at the knees for a strike. Yeah, both of these pitchers, I mean, it's early, but both pitchers look like they're locked in. Evergreen's made a little more contact here in the second inning, but nothing to show for it yet. Bounced off the plate, strike 2. And in the highest levels of fast pitch, you got to make sure you don't beat yourself. If you're a pitcher, boy, you don't want to give up free passes. Got to make sure there are no errors behind you. 0-2 pitch here. Just missed. Little inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Coming home at 1-2. Fouled off towards our press box. Don't worry, I'm here. I am the defending Gold Glove champion of play-by-play announcers. Anything that comes up here, I gobble right up. That's way up high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. I remember years ago at Syracuse Chiefs minor league baseball games, the screen, it wasn't really a chain link screen, but it went from right behind home plate all the way up to the press box. So balls would hit there and would literally roll up to the announcer's window. Easiest plays of all time. That's up high. Count goes full. Could we be close to seeing our first base runner of the afternoon? That's ball 4. A 2-out base runner as Dakota Witucky works out a walk. So now the Everest pitcher, Addison Cluck, will look to help herself. The Syracuse Chiefs radio announcer back then was a guy named Dan Horde. Dan Horde now is the NFL voice of the Cincinnati Bengals. It's up high. He used to bring a giant fish net to the game. He would fish the balls off the net. I think he'd sell them back to the team for like 25 or 50 cents each. Minor league baseball announcers got paid nothing back then. Got paid in lemonade and hot dogs. It's up high. I believe we are 1 ball and 1 strike. Yep. Thank you to the help for our home plate umpire. 2 outs and a runner aboard. 1-1 pitch. Late on the swing. Strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes. We have seen a lot of late swings from both sides. It's just batters who are not quite geared in to the high-level pitching that they're seeing today. 1-2. Up high. Balls, 2 strikes. Morgan Savino doesn't seem to be distracted at all by that runner that she's allowed at first base. Gets a little interesting if Addison Cluck somehow reaches and the Evergreens can put a runner in scoring position. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball, shallow, and a diving catch. Addie Simonson theft in right field to bring the inning to a close. The Evergreens are turned away. 2 innings complete. No score between DC Everest and SPASH on Zaleski Sports.
I'm Karen from the Hearing House. Ignoring hearing loss can have many negative effects on your body and your life. Even if you don't realize it, it can affect your mind, your relationships, the way you feel, the way you act, your activities. Hearing loss is so much more than not hearing what people are saying. That's why at the Hearing House we're so passionate about what we do, because we see the changes in people's lives.
So call us if you're ready to find out if we can help you.
Make your house a hearing house.
All right, welcome back. Before we get the top of the third underway, there's a little bit of gamesmanship here. We are measuring the distance from home plate to the pitcher's mound. Now, someone, of course, has the best eyesight of all time if they can tell that the pitching rubber is, 6 inches closer than it should be. So we'll have a little bit of a delay before the top of the third gets underway. Gotta wonder how we come up with that as an issue at this stage in the game. We've been underway for 2 innings.
Hey, Katie, I got Mike coming. Yeah.
Now, of course, the pitching rubber has probably not been moved since 1974. So if this is a problem now, we've probably played, 400 or 500 games on this field. Sometimes all you need is a backhoe, and then play is ready to go again. The Everest girls are now going to try and dig up the pitching rubber. I don't think you can do that.
Hey, ladies, hold on.
DC Everest Athletic Director Mike Matthews will be called over to the field in just a moment. And I believe the first words out of Mr. Matthews' mouth will be, "You got to be kidding me." Here we go. Friendliest dog in all of central Wisconsin is making a visit here. Not only does Kirby Puckett the dog, named after the Twin star, he's got Minnesota Twins gear. His harness and his leash look like they are perfect Twins colors. That blue and bright red. See, when someone retires, they need a dog to keep them busy. Who knows what trouble they could get if they don't have an animal to chase after. Right. Only the best behaved dogs are allowed at the DC Everest softball complex. Yeah, you know what? I don't think that there's a good fix for this. I think we should probably just play on. It's not an advantage to one team or the other. Everyone's pitching and playing on the same field here. Instead, all we have is a delay before we get the top of the third underway. So who would have known that after all this time, the Everest softball diamond appears to be out of regulation? I know what the argument is about letting the pitching rubber be a little closer than it should be, is that neither of these pitchers seems to need a lot of help. As the conversation continues between Tom Droner, the SPASH head coach, and the two umpires. I mean, I would think the end decision is we're going to keep playing, right? Right. We are sponsored by the Hearing House, providing personalized hearing health care from 5 convenient locations in central Wisconsin. Give Karen or Todd a call. Schedule an appointment today. Wausau, Stevens Point, Colby, Neelsville, or Marshfield. Make your house a hearing house. While we decide what we're going to do, why don't we take another break? We'll continue in the top of the third when play is ready to resume. 0-0 on Zaleski Sports.
Whether you're just beginning your educational journey or seeking a new opportunity, we're here for you. At North Central Technical College, we have unique partnerships with 4-year colleges that allow you to transfer seamlessly to and from our campus, saving you time and money. With hundreds of transfer options available, the path to a bachelor's degree and a great paying career are just a step away. North Central Technical College. Start here, go anywhere.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Hi, I'm Shad from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Still waiting for a decision on what we're going to do here. The SPASH coach between innings measured from home plate to the pitching rubber, and the pitching rubber's too close. I'm just trying to eyeball it by 6 inches, maybe a foot. I mean, it's hard to tell from up here. But the question is, do we continue on a non-regulation field? The Everest girls are staying nice and loose, but this is a long delay from the bottom of the second inning to the top of the third. And our umpires are still talking this over. I mean, they're talking it over amongst themselves. So what we are gradually concluding is what? The Everest softball program has to forfeit 40 years' worth of home games. It's like those ugly years for the Penn State football team. You went to the game, you saw them win, only to find out 4 or 5 years later, no, they actually lost. Clearly, the Evergreens will have to paint over their 2021 Fast Pitch Conference title. Right, now some of the players are yelling up here to us, which means you know that they're a little bored and ready to get going. When we're part of the conversation, well, who knows? Well, I mean, we should probably just make a decision here. Are we playing on? Or, I mean, maybe this gamesmanship is that, hypothetically, let's say SPASH loses. Could they protest the game afterwards and then get a replay at some later date? I mean, of course, we always prefer that the outcome of the games be decided on the field. I mean, that's, I think, what the issue is. Do you continue this game under protest, or do you just play? The moment of pause and kind of not knowing what the thought process is makes this a little tricky for all of us. Coach is now measuring from home plate. And you know what? You know what's not right about this or what's inappropriate about this? It's the umpires who check the field, not the coaches on one side or the other. He's now measuring from home plate to third base. I think what I'd like to see is one of the umpires say, take that tape measure and put it back in your car. And now I can see what's going to happen. We are going to bring out a second temporary pitching rubber. Yeah, the two coaches just walked past one another. And I think, of course, we put a high priority on sportsmanship. I think the thought bubble is take that tape measure and place it blank. Yeah, now we are taking out the mallet, and we are going to pound that temporary rubber into the ground a little bit beyond where. And you know what? This level of gamesmanship, you know what's going to happen? I see this a mile away. When Everest later this month goes down to Stevens Point, the Everest coaching staff's going to have a tape measure with them. I'll tell you what, while this looks like it's going to take a little while, why don't we at least temporarily suspend our Zaleski Sports coverage? You won't miss anything. We'll come right back when play is ready to resume. There's no score. We're waiting to start the top of the third inning while we get this field issue corrected. I'm Chris Conley. It's 0-0. Play will resume shortly on Zaleski Sports. I'm Chris Conley. Thank you for being patient with us. If you're just joining us, we played 2 innings, and then there was a problem with the field. It turns out that the pitching rubber is about a foot too close, so the field is not regulation, and this game has been suspended. I believe what is going to happen is when these teams meet again, they're scheduled to play in Stevens Point on April 25th, that this game will either be continued or made up as a doubleheader. So, yes, this game will be continued as a doubleheader, 0-0, top of the 3rd inning, when these teams meet again April 25th at WIAA Park in Stevens Point, to be followed by the regular game. So our game, our home opener, this is an unusual end. We played 2 innings, and now the game is suspended 0-0, with neither team getting a hit, only 1 base runner so far in the game. So that's going to conclude our Zaleski Sports broadcast. This game will be picked up again April 25th when the teams play in Stevens Point. So the field is not right. Who knew? So we will pick up top of the 3rd when the teams meet again at Point, to be followed by the regularly scheduled game on that day, April 25th. 0-0 through 2 innings, and that concludes our coverage. Sorry that this is such an unusual ending for today's game. I'm Chris Conley. Thank you for joining us on Zaleski Sports.